1951 baseball season. What an interesting year it was, especially with the excitement of the pennant race in the National League. And oh boy, it was a choke job by somebody, as you'll find out. Made somebody else happy. Start March 12th. On the subject of unhappy, Happy Chandler, interesting. Happy Chandler loses his bid to remain in office as commissioner. In a vote of 9-7 in favor of having him removed, he will end up being succeeded by Ford Frick. And there was a ward named after Ford Frick. Anyways. April 17th, Philadelphia Athletics at home versus the Washington Senators at Shibe Park, the first American League opening day night game. The one the other day was the first National League. So we had on May 2nd, Philadelphia batter Lou Limmer. We had Detroit pitcher Saul Rogovin and catcher Joe Ginsberg. Now Lou Limmer hit a home run. What makes this home run unique? Of course, pinch hit home runs aren't unique, but what makes this one unique? Pitcher Saul Rogovin, catcher Joe Ginsberg, and batter Lou Limmer were all Jewish. So there you go. Only known time this has occurred. The only known time. We don't know if it's happened before or if it's happened since. July 10th at the All-Star Game at Briggs Stadium in Detroit. National League 8, American League 3. National League hits 4 home runs in the game. August 19th, St. Louis Browns owner Bill Veeck pulls off one of his many bizarre stunts, sending 3'7" Eddie Goodell to the plate. And with him having a real tiny strike zone, he gets walked on 4 pitches. And Eddie Goodell's contract gets voided the next day, and much to somebody's embarrassment for Goodell and for Bill Veeck. Anyways, October 3rd, the New York Giants caps off with probably one of the biggest National League comebacks of all time. They're down 13.5 games in mid-August to Brooklyn. The Giants, I think, went 37-7 in the last 44 games. Well, Dodgers got stone cold. Finished the regular season, identical records. Just to play a best-of-3 playoff to decide the National League pennant. Giants won the first game. Dodgers evening up in the second game. And with the Dodgers up 4-2 into the bottom of the ninth and 2 on, Bobby Thompson comes to the plate, lets one pitch go by him. Next pitch, he puts into the left field seats at the Polo Grounds. It's called the shot heard around the world because who was it that? Yeah, George Plimpton said he was. He said he was in Cambridge, England, listening to this game while playing crib with a couple British buddies. Fell backwards in his chair, kicked the cribbage table. These British guys were like, "What the heck is going on? And why is he so excited?" And Bobby Thompson puts the Giants in the World Series with that home run. Giants won 5-4, and there are many people listening on Armed Forces radio around the world, which is probably why it's called Shot Heard Around the World. Don't quote me on that one, but that's what I think it was. And Russ Hodges, the Giants announcer, calling the game. And when he sees it, he's like, "It's gotta be, I believe, the Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win. It just goes. He says that like 4 or 5 times. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He's like, he had to been pinching it so as this goes on. He's like, did this just happen? Of course it did. So, Giants pull off biggest American League comeback. The Yankees would do that to Boston in 1978, but we'll get to that when we get to that. It's 27 days from now, I think. Anyways, season stats for you. American League, Ferris Fane of the Philadelphia Athletics, 344 average, batting average. That leads the American League. Gus Zernile of Philadelphia leads the American League with 33 home runs and led the majors with 129 RBIs. Pitching, Bob Feller of Cleveland leads the American League with 22 wins. Saul Rogovin, there's earlier Saul Rogovin of the White Sox, ends up with the White Sox. Yeah, 2.78 ERA, led the majors. So he gets Rogovin, got traded to Chicago from Detroit. And Vic Raschi of the Yankees tied for the Major League lead with 164 strikeouts. Clearly led the American League, but tied for the National League. Who tied him? Let's go find out. We start with batting. Stan Musial of the Cardinals leads the majors with 355 batting average. Ralph Kiner of Pittsburgh led the majors with 42 home runs. And Monty Irvin of the Giants, 121 RBIs, leading the National League. Pitching, Larry Johnson and Sal Maglie, both of the Giants, led the majors with 23 wins. Clearly a tie. Chet Nichols of Boston, a 2.88 ERA, led the National League. And Don Newcomb of Brooklyn and Warren Spahn of Boston, 164 strikeouts. So it was a three-way tie for the overall lead. One in the American League and 2 in the National League. So let's do the standings. Well, let's clear up the National League first, since we know what happened in the playoff. The Giants finished the season at 98 wins and 59 losses. Brooklyn ended up with 97 and 60. So they're clearly at 96 and 58 when tied with the playoff. But yeah, you know where I'm going. Anyways, Giants went 98 and 59. Brooklyn goes 97 and 60. 1 game back. Cardinals go 81 and 73. 15 and a half back. Boston goes 76 and 78. 20 and a half back. Phillies go 73 and 81. 23 and a half back. Cincinnati goes 68 and 86, 28 and a half back. Pittsburgh goes 64 and 90, 32 and a half back. The Cubs go 62 and 92, 34 and a half back. So who do the Giants face? Take a guess. If you said Yankees, you'd be correct. The Yankees finished first in the American League at 98 wins and 56 losses. It wasn't as dramatic as the National League, I'm telling you this now, because Cleveland finished 93 and 61, 5 back. It was close though. Boston goes 87 and 67, 11 back. Chicago goes 81 and 73, 17 back. Detroit goes 73 and 81, 25 back. Philadelphia Athletics goes 70 and 84, 28 back. Well, their days are numbered in Philadelphia. The Athletics' days are numbered in Philadelphia. The Athletics' days are numbered in Philadelphia. Washington goes 62 and 92, 36 back. Yeah, well, their turn is soon. Although, yeah, that's a complicated story. And St. Louis finishes last in the American League at 52 wins and 102 losses. Yeah. The Browns' days in St. Louis are also numbered. As are the Giants in New York and the Dodgers in Brooklyn. But we're going to get to that. Okay, anyways. You got the Yankees and the Giants. And the Yankees, home games are at Yankee Stadium. If you don't know this already, you've been under a rock the last few videos. The Giants' home games are at the Polo Grounds. Let's see. This is Bob Shepard's first World Series. Who's Bob Shepard? Well, he was the legendary public address announcer at Yankee Stadium. It's like, now batting, number 2, Derek Jeter. If you haven't heard his voice, especially in the late 90s, you missed out on a good thing. Anyways, Game 1 on October 4th at Yankee Stadium. Giants 5, Yankees 1. Game 2 October 5th at Yankee Stadium. Yankees 3, Giants 1. Evens the series at 1. Game 3 at the Polo Grounds on October 6th. Giants 6, Yankees 2. Game 4 October 8th at the Polo Grounds. Yankees 6, Giants 2. That just evened the series at 2. Anyways, Game 5 on October 9th at the Polo Grounds. Yankees 13, Giants 1. Game 6 October 10th at Yankee Stadium. Yankees 4, Giants 3. Yankees win their 14th World Series, 4-2. Yes, 14 World Series already. My God. Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle had made their World Series debuts in this World Series. Mickey Mantle suffers his first of many injuries in this World Series over his 17-year career. In a haste to get out of the way of Joe DiMaggio's. Well, Joe DiMaggio was calling him off for a fly ball because he got it, and in a haste to get out of the way, Mickey Mantle ends up tripping over an exposed drain pipe and shreds I think it was his right knee. First of his many injuries. And other players who don't normally know, he's like if he's at an All-Star game, players from like Boston or Cleveland or wherever, when they're seeing him without his uniform on and sees all these bandages, they're looking at him like, what? They're aghast at the amount of bandages they're covering his body. Yeah. And Joe DiMaggio ends up retiring after this World Series. So 1951, that was quite the year. Despite the short list, and I'm already almost at 15 minutes. Yeah, so that's got a couple good stories in there. So anyways, so that's 1951. Tomorrow, 1952. Do we see the turns out this ends up being the last time the Yankees and the Giants meet when the Giants are in New York. Next time the Yankees and Giants meet is in the early 60s, and the Giants are already in San Francisco. So the last Subway Series between the Giants and the Yankees, with the Giants in New York. Although the Yankees aren't done playing Brooklyn in the World Series yet, but that's coming. So until tomorrow's the 1952 season. Until then, stay tuned.